My movie recollection with Vincent Cloud.
And John Nemitz.
And this is a show that wants to be a game show, but it can't. It
We don't have the
can't do it.
funding.
Yeah.
The prizes
But
are weak and pathetic.
instead we go on Letterboxd and we press shuffle and we make each other guess what movie we have on the other side. But even if you guess it, we have to come up, but we haven't seen it, come up with a plot we think it could be about. Um, yeah, so let's start. I'll start on my side here.
Good.
Um, okay, so it's a what the fuck? Four-word title. Oh wait, let me
Mhm.
click on it. There might be a the, and I'm not seeing it. Nope, it's okay. Four-word title. First word starts with an L, as in lightning.
Lars and the Real. Um,
Wow, we've covered that movie before.
I know, and I wasn't on it, and I would have stood up for it actually. I liked that movie. You guys were just saying like, "Oh, it's weird. I don't like it."
No, 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 no. Matt was the one who kept saying like he's clearly disturbed. I'm like, it's not disturbed. He's got, these little synapses firing for something. And I think I said, I'm like, he's not doing any harm to anyone. And then after I said all that, Matt's like, so like I said, he's disturbed. I'm like, oh, whatever. God damn it. Uh, anyways.
So not that movie. Um, Lilo and Stitch 2. Is
Oh
that a thing?
man, is
I don't
there,
think not that I
no?
know of. There might be.
I think there might be. Yeah,
Um,
but no.
and it's not
Okay.
Lord of the Rings because those all have subtitles. Um,
Bryce Dallas Howard is in this movie.
okay. Um,
Even though we're using Letterbox every episode, we try not to click on it and see who's there and stuff. We try and just go by recollection. But oh, Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti, Dallas Howard. Approximately when was this film released?
Oh my gosh, should we look?
It's
Oh, oh,
approximately.
oh, I lost it. Never mind. It's okay, here's another huge hint. M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, Lady in the Water?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have seen this film. Um, yeah, I was I had pretty much the reaction of the world in general to this one and not being super impressed by it. But there's definitely some memorable stuff in it. If I recall correctly, the plot is um, I feel like there's like a meta plot about someone like telling like a story, like a bedtime story or something, but it like takes place in this apartment building and there's this cast of characters that are all have their unique little things. I remember the one guy who was like a bodybuilder, but he only worked on like one side of his body.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
um was the water like was that the swimming pool of this like apartment complex or something like that?
Yeah.
Um but yeah, I don't remember like overall what the plot was or what needed to happen or anything like that.
M. Night Shyamalan is acting in this movie and not his usual cameos. He actually has a character with like something to do. And actually, it might be the biggest thing. He's playing a writer
Yeah, and
who,
he's like the storyteller who is like creating this story that can save the world or whatever, right?
oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah.
You know, this is something I always think about in general, like how many like pieces of media are about writers because like, oh, I'm a writer. I know what it means to write about things. Let me write about the life of a writer. Everyone would be interested in that, right?
Well, Stephen King thinks. that's the case. Well, isn't for sitcoms though, it's a weird thing. It's always an architect. It's always about architecture. But I think all writers are lazy where they're like, I don't know, architecture. It's
Wait,
so vague.
I can't think of any sitcoms where they're an architect.
Chandler? Wasn't Chandler or Ross? One of them?
Oh, I guess their
Fox?
job's just no, Ross was a paleontologist. I remember that
Oh,
much.
really?
Yeah.
What? Oh God, I barely watched that show. I don't even know why I'm interested at all.
Chandler could definitely be an architect for all I know. Like, yeah, I feel like their jobs didn't come into play all that much.
Yeah. So, anyways, what are we getting? Oh, so I
All the best sitcom people are architects. Maybe Chandler, that other guy.
okay. Is Bryce Dallas Howard a mermaid?
Probably.
Was that
Honestly,
was
I
never?
didn't even remember that it was her after you gave away what the movie was.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Like
just
I saw this like once not long after it came out and that's it.
this is. I want to say this is after The Village because I remember going
Yeah.
to theaters for The Village and I was so mad. I was like, "Fuck you, M. Night." But yet we still. I think we rented this one.
I
We
actually
knew
liked
enough.
The Village.
There was good
Um
parts for sure. Yeah.
yeah. And I
Fucking
remember with Signs like kind of being a little disappointed that
oh,
the aliens were actually aliens
really?
and
Okay.
then being like, what if it was fake? And then The Village came out and oh, this is what if it was fake.
That's right.
Spoilers for The Village.
Oh my gosh. But okay, so The Village I feel like was good and then that twist happened and I was really disappointed. But with this one, I don't even know what the twist was. I don't think they're really,
Yeah.
and that's not important. I just remember it being very like dull. Like Paul Giamatti is like he's the manager, I think. I just remember him plunging a toilet and just like getting pissed off and stuff. But yeah, it just didn't
He is good
capture
at
me.
being a cranky kind of overseer kind of guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Polly G, my buddy. Anything else about this movie?
Um,
Nothing.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe one of the most forgettable Shyamalans. I don't know.
Ooh, wow, probably. Yeah, well, let's see here. In terms of dunking on him, they bring up Lady in the Water a lot,
Yeah, that's
whereas they
true.
don't really mention the village ever. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's we're good here.
okay. All right. Let me guess.
All right. 3 word title. First word starts with H as in holiday.
3 words. H. Holy Night. Deadly Night. No.
Um, it's an animated picture.
How are oh no, no. Fuck. Homeward Bound. No. Fuck.
It's a animated sequel.
Hound and Fox. to some Russian ripoff of Fox and the Hound. Hound and
Hound
Fox.
Fox 2.
Yeah.
Um, it's got the Adam Sandler crew in it doing the voices.
Oh, man. It's not, no, no. I was gonna say Eight Crazy Nights, but not at all. That's the only
No.
animated Adam Sandler I know.
Um, directed by Tartakovsky, same guy who did that.
Oh shit. No, I was gonna say Transylvania. Nope. Oh, Hotel Transylvania.
Yes,
Something, right?
yeah,
Two?
yes.
Okay. All right. Never
You
seen
got it.
it.
Oh,
So, what did we say? Hotel Transylvania. Okay. So, I think I saw a lot of the third. They're on a cruise ship. Is that the second one?
yeah, I think the cruise ship I think is number three.
Okay.
I don't know that I've seen that one.
So I thought it was just fine. Like it was, I think I was at the high school, so we were just like playing it for the kids or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of funny and stuff. Um, but yes, the director, fucking Clone Wars, Dexter's Lab,
Yes.
Samurai Jack, all that's wonderful, primeval or primal, all that awesome stuff. So the animation I did enjoy, and that timing that he has was there. He's got really good timing and stuff.
Hmm.
So that was good. Yeah.
Yeah, and like for the animation, like one thing that someone brought up that I thought was interesting and true is that like in a lot of like CGI done animation, they don't like they just create the models for the characters and they're pretty static. Whereas with this, they actually did some of the old school techniques where like, like the character gets bigger when he's angry or like their shape will
Yeah.
distort and stuff to fit their emotions, which like a lot of just modern animation is missing that kind of stuff.
Very Looney Tunes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. 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 And Adam Sandler, he plays the Dracula, but he's not doing his regular like, I'm a Dracula. He's just like in character the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. And after a while, I'm like, well, what's the point? I don't even know if I could tell that was him doing the
Well,
Dracula
didn't
thing.
he do like a Dracula character on SNL, like on Weekend Update or something sometimes?
Oh, really? Oh, I was thinking
I,
Opera Man. Maybe is that what you're thinking?
oh yeah, was that character?
Smoke your marijuana.
Blah blah blah.
Who else is in it? Do you remember?
Um, yeah, like all his guys, so like Kevin James and Steve Buscemi and Molly Shannon.
Hmm.
Um, what's his name? The Rob Schneider. I think he's probably in it.
Is really?
Uh,
Oh yeah, that makes sense. What are
Maybe
they though?
not.
Like, what are they
David
playing?
Spade.
Dude,
Um, so Kevin James is Frankenstein. Steve Buscemi is a Wolfman. David Spade is the Invisible Man. Um,
is he a kind of a shitty invisible man? Kind
yeah,
of.
yeah, he's like David Spade, normal, like sarcastic, like,
Oh my
uh,
gosh, that's great. The only
yeah.
time David Spade's not David Spade is when he's Joe Dirt. That's the only time he's not just doing. He's like, hey, I'll take that, thank you, and shit like that.
Yeah.
Walk away now.
I mean, that's why Joe Dirt is so great because
I do. I like Joe Dirt.
I do too. I was being sincere. And then Andy Samberg, he plays like a human guy, and Selena Gomez plays Dracula's daughter,
Oh my
and
God.
they're like a couple. And I think the first movie is them getting together, and then the second movie is the one we're talking about, of course.
Okay.
Um, Actually, did you say what you think the plot is of this film? Now that
Oh
I've
no,
given you all this setup.
right. Okay, so it's all about the Dracula dad accepting the son in the first one. So the second one, wait, the third one is they're on a family vacation. So the second one, is it built around the wedding? Like father of the bride, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's my only
Um,
guess.
no, so they get married in the first one, and they have a kid, and the second one is all about is the kid going to be human or monster? And obviously, Grandpa Dracula really wants him to be a monster, so he's doing all this stuff to like try and get him to be a vampire.
And the twist is miscarriage. It's this horrible, sobering turn,
Yeah.
and that they were
Yeah, it
regretful
was
that they
like
announced they
hum
were.
vampire and human should never attempt to procreate is really the moral of the movie. Yeah.
Oh my God, cool. That's that is weird though. It's all about the anticipation of the baby. I mean, Adam's family, they
Well,
had the
no,
baby
the
born.
baby was born in the beginning, and basically by age 5, you'll know for sure. Like if he doesn't have his fangs by age 5, he's pretty much not going to be a have vampire powers.
S-
Is the
Oh,
mythos.
oh, right, right, right. Okay, okay. Oh, that's weird. I am curious. What is it? Is it a vampire?
You know he is. You
Yeah.
know he gets those vampire powers at the end when he needs them. When yeah, so Dracula's dad shows up, who is like, like the creepier Nosferatu type vampire.
Oh, all
And,
right.
he's even less accepting of change than Dracula is, of course. Um,
God.
yeah.
Did Dracula say like, Dad, you're just a ripoff of me and you know it? See, like the movie Nosferatu's out and it's people are talking about it, whatever. But I'm like, why are we still making Nosferatus? Like those were just Dracula movies. And apparently, like, you know, they weren't given the copyrights to make a Dracula, so they're like, we'll just rip it off and we'll call it all this stuff and we'll take out stuff from the book. But then this later one put in stuff from the Dracula book. So now it's just like, what's the point? Oh my God. So odd.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I didn't know about that aspect of it. I guess I never really thought about it at all. Like, why is he called Nosferatu and not Dracula? Like, um, that's interesting. Yeah, if it's a copyright thing.
Moving on. New movie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do you recommend these? Did you watch this just because I'm a
Um,
fan?
I definitely recommend the first two. I haven't seen the third, but I think Tartakovsky directed that one also, so I imagine it's probably fine.
Cool. All right, let's go onto my list here. My God. All right. So it's a one-word
This is
title.
exciting.
It's a one-word title, God damn it. And it starts with a D as in dairy.
Dogma, Dumbo, we've already talked about.
Dogma Dumbo. Holy shit. Sounds like a great movie.
um, Digimon. Um,
Oh man, lots of people in this movie. Starting off with minor characters or whatever. Jason Lee,
Jason Lee starts with a D. Um,
Morgan Freeman.
oh, Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that kind of. Um, it's a Stephen King deal. I have seen it. I remember there being a shit monster and Jason Lee having an affectation with a toothpick.
So much so that he's killed over it. He's like, he's got it locked on the toilet and he's like, where's my toothpick? And it's like way over there and he's reaching for it and he
Through the
dies reaching
shit or
for it.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is, and I love Jason Lee. I was like, what is this weird movie? What else is it about? It's about, remember they have like they were children
Oh
and then
yeah,
they
that's right.
befriended Duddits, later played
Yes.
by Donnie Wahlberg. Uh, he was way more versatile than his fucking brother Mark. Yeah, Mark sucks. Hate Mark.
Should have stuck to music.
Yeah, sure. His music's okay, I guess.
I don't know any of his music, to be honest.
What? Okay, so it's about four friends. Timothy Oliphant, that redhead guy who does a British accent when he's the alien. It's so fucking weird. Uh, right? They're friends who share a psychic link, or they're all
Yeah.
psychic. Yeah. but then they go to a cabin and there's a stranger and he's like, "Oh, I'm gassy" or something, and he shits out an alien, right?
Hmm. Something
And
like
then the
that.
government is taking over that town. Morgan Freeman's like a asshole dude. He doesn't clip his eyebrows. That's how you know Morgan Freeman's an asshole or an evil guy. He doesn't do his brows. Yeah. Oh my God, what a weird movie. What else is happening? Isn't someone trapped in a mansion of their own mind or something like that?
Yeah, that sounds right. Like what's with the title Dreamcatcher? Like they,
Nothing.
yeah.
Like I know what a
Okay.
dream catcher is supposed to do, but that has
Yeah,
that doesn't happen.
right.
There is a dream catcher in the cabin, I think, but it burns. But that doesn't cause anything to happen. Yeah. It's like if Carrie called was the movie called Tampons or something. Don't really do much. Okay, so they have to get their old pal Duddits. He was like special needs guy, and he's in really poor health now. But they have to bring him to face one of their friends, the redhead dude who's possessed by the alien with the British accent. Oh my God. Like, and they have to fight and square off, right? And then giant aliens come out of their mouth or something, right? What happens?
Yeah, I really don't remember. Like there was these Jason Lee scenes apparently scarred on my mind, but I don't remember much beyond that.
Yeah. I mean, after Jason Lee dies, which is kind of early, like the movie just does not make any sense. Like Stephen King, this is like one of his later books, and it's almost like he's like, you know what, I haven't done cocaine since the 80s, and I produced some of my best stuff, so I'm gonna do it now and see what happens. And it's just scattershot, like nothing's focused in this movie. There's no through theme or anything. Did not care for it. And I saw this in
Yeah,
theaters. Yeah.
yeah. It's not impossible we saw it together in theaters, unless you remember the your viewing of it. But
I,
I
th-
remember
I
watching it early on because I was big into Jason Lee at that time because of Kevin Smith stuff.
yeah, for sure. What it's so fucking weird. I don't think I'd ever watch it again. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Moving on to a new
All
movie.
right. What do we have here? Hmm. I literally can't tell what it is
Oh,
without clicking on it. Oh, okay. Um, three-word title. First word is the. Second word starts with F, as in Frankfurter.
The Fifth Element.
Yes.
Well,
Wow.
I was thinking about that movie today. That's
Oh, nice.
crazy. All right, so we've both seen it. I want to
Yes.
say this might be the one of the last Bruce Willis movies that was just so great. Like I just loved him in this, and
Yeah. Yeah, he
yeah.
is pretty great in this.
So okay, so a couple of years ago, I thought, or for a while, I thought The Fifth Element ripped off Heavy Metal. I don't know if you ever seen the
Oh, no,
movie.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
Basically it's a bunch of anthology, all illustrated, and it's all like hardcore, like space and shooting and nudity and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. But there's this girl who falls from the sky, lands in this dude's cab, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And they get involved, and I'm like, "Oh, Fifth Element's fucking stole this." And I told that to my mom, and she's like, "No, no, no." They also wrote that story years ago for heavy metal. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
so
interesting.
yeah, yeah. So it's an ancient. It's okay. She's the fifth element. There's these four blocks, these kick-ass blocks, with like the symbols, like there's fire, wind, water, earth. Now you
Mhm.
can't see any of this shit as a podcast, but trust me, the placement's
Listeners,
right.
imagine him holding his hand with different numbers of fingers out in different orientations.
Dave, what's up, man? Are you here with us?
I am here. How's it going, guys?
It's going great, but
Going great. But listen, have you seen the film The Fifth Element?
Yes, it's very good. I went forever and never saw it. And then I watched it and I was just mad at everyone for not recommending it more because it
whoa.
was it was so weird and different. And I was like, it's one of those weird, different sci-fi movies where I'm like, you need to see it.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I know you told me to watch it, but why did you not like hold me down like
Right?
um Clockwork Orange style and force me to watch it?
I feel like it's necessary with some weird movies. I felt that way with Pulp Fiction. I was like, why didn't anyone make me watch Pulp Fiction sooner? Like,
Oh man, what is it about? Can you like? We have yet to even talk about that. Do you
Yeah.
remember?
So, I mean, you talked about how it starts basically. Like Bruce Willis is a cab driver. Mila Jovovich, is that how you say her name? Drops drops into his car and his life. Um, I don't remember exactly. Like he independently like in trouble with the law or has like money collectors after him or that type of
No,
deal?
he's low on his cabbie points, or almost like car crashes or something. Like they take points off his
Oh
insurance, so
yeah.
he's close to losing his car or something. I don't know.
it's like Joe Dirt meets Han Solo, and he's like, he's short on his rent. I don't remember the plot very well at all. I just remember all the weird characters and all the weird visuals, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it's like kind of a Blade Runner-esque world, like cyberpunk kind of situation.
Great special effects. I think this looks so good. Like, God, what was it, 90 something? I don't even know when it came out, but it looks really good. I love the soundtrack. I remember I've been meaning to buy that soundtrack forever. I just never have. But I like that. Ian Holm is awesome as the priest. I think, when I watched Lord of the Rings, I'm like, oh my God, it's Vito Cornelius. No, that was
Oh
his
yeah.
name. I want to say though, Bruce Willis, I like him in this one, but he does something that's kind of a no-no. Mila Jovovich is asleep and he kisses her, and then she has this gun up to his head and she's like, Ectogamet, whatever. It's like, oh, okay. And then he asks the priest, like, what does ectogamut mean? And he's like, oh, not without my permission. And if I was the priest, I'd be like, why?
Yeah, what what did you do?
Oh man. Uh oh shit. The scene stealer that is Ruby Rod, played by Chris Tucker. He was great.
Oh right, yep.
Apparently that was written for Prince, I want to say.
Oh
But
really?
yeah, Prince was like, no. I can't even do my Prince. No, no, I can't do it. Damn it. But that would have been weird, huh? Prince
Yeah,
all
for sure.
yeah. So
Gary Oldman,
yeah. Zorg, right? Is that his
Zorg.
name?
Yeah, that sounds
Zorg.
right.
Jean Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg. That was his full name. I watched this movie a lot. My mom loved this movie. And if anyone loved a movie, we all would have to watch it. But it didn't feel like an obligation. I love this movie as well. It's really the audio too. The voices are recorded so you could just hear every little like little lip smack or whatever. I don't know. I,
ASMR.
yeah, it's you could just hear everything that people are saying and stuff. It's very interesting.
I'm never gonna be able to watch this movie again after you said that. I'm just gonna I'm gonna hear everything so much louder and clearer, and I'll be like, oh, oh.
Oh, one of the this is a it's not a trend or trope or whatever, but this is unusual that the bad guy and the super and the hero never interact. They don't even know of each other.
Yeah.
Did you guys realize that? Yeah.
No, I never thought about that actually.
And like Gary Oldman, oh my God, he's done this. His character has gone through this or a few times in movies where Gary Oldman, he finally gets the case for the stones and he opens it and he's laughing. It's like, and then he starts crying. He's like, they're not here. This has happened a few times in other movies where like he's trying to get something and then it's not there. It happens to The Dark Knight Rises where he's trying to get to the truck with the bomb and the bomb's not in there. Yeah, I can't, maybe Immortal Beloved had happened to him, but yeah, that's a thing. Gary Oldman, he's like, God damn it, I got to do this scene again. Something like that.
Are the things you go through when you're Gary Oldman.
What? Oh, you know what? That was super weird. So Mila Jovovich, she at first she's like this ancient being, right?
Yes.
They like clone her, which is at the time was pretty awesome special effects. I'm looking at it now and I'm like, oh, maybe not, but it was cool, a cool idea. But when she's born, she's speaking this ancient language, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. There was a girl that I had to work with. She was a client, she had special needs. And so she would talk in her made up language. And she also looked like Mila Jovovich. And it was so crazy. I was like, oh my God, you're the fifth element.
You're speaking the ancient tongue and that's crazy.
Yeah. Hmm. Any anything else about this movie? Oh, remember the kick-ass blue opera singer? She was
Yes.
awesome. I don't remember her name though now. Fuck. Ooh, cool part at the end where they have to like get all the elements together to create the weapon to go against the. Remember the villain is like a giant planet? Remember that? He's
Hmm.
just absorbing stuff. So, anyways, the cool thing to make them open is to fucking, for water, you gotta get like a little tear and little open, and then you gotta breathe on the air. You gotta throw sand on the earth. It's pretty awesome. And then there was one single match for the fire, and that was a tense little scene. That was awesome. I recommend that movie. That's like one of the greats.
Yeah, I there's a lot of really good Bruce Willis movies out there, but I have to ask you guys, like, do you think Bruce Willis is good or his movies are good? Because I just think his movies generally are good, but I don't necessarily think it's because of Bruce Willis. I feel like you could have casted somebody else and it'd be just as good.
He was really good in Death Becomes Her. I really,
Oh
he
yeah.
didn't act like Bruce Willis at all either, right?
Yeah, he was such like a
Never seen
weenie
it.
little.
Oh, really? Check out that movie. Robert Zemeckis, Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn. It's like this dark humor. It's really good. Check it out.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So this director, Luc Besson, has made similar movies, like lots of special effects and stuff. He made The Professional. And dipping back to that, John, we were talking about The Professional and how like there was a part written in the script where like they had sex with each other, young
Yeah,
Natalie
the
Portman
yes.
and Jean Reno, and that didn't happen. But you got to wonder, why was it there? Well, Luc Besson turns out to have a thing for young people.
Mhm.
I think he might have been canceled or whatever you got to say, Me Too'd or something.
Yeah, I thought I remembered learning he was a creep, but I never looked into the details.
And since she's cloned, does that make Mila like a little baby?
By what Poor Things logic. If you did you watch that movie?
Oh no, I no. Didn't.
Oh, spoilers for Poor Things.
Do they acknowledge that where she's like, I'm just a child or something?
It's interesting. Like basically, they put a baby's brain into an adult woman.
Wow, that's weird. Because doesn't she have like a bunch of sex and shit?
Yes.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Well, you know what? Let's lighten things up with the lightning round of Flower.
Yes,
Okay.
pivot fast.
Move, move.
All right. So, quick. What do you think of the movie Lady in the Water?
I only watched like 30 minutes of it and I was bored and I stopped watching.
Probably for the best. Yeah, that's a weird movie. We could
It
barely get any
was
positives out of it.
like I think I played the entire movie on my TV, but I kind of checked out after like 20, 30 minutes and just I don't know, waiting for something to happen and then not caring once something actually did happen.
Was that the last time you gave M. Night a shot?
No, I watched the recent movie where people are growing old on like the
Oh, the one
beach.
called Old?
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Uh Now with Netflix, I literally don't know the names of any movies I watch. I'm a Oh yeah. Like and Old was not good. I thought it was bad. But for like a Netflix movie, it was on par because most Netflix movies are bad.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Old. I liked the one after that, the Knock at the Cabin. I actually like that. I'll stand up for that one. And then this most recent one, Trap, while it's not logical in any sense, there's like some good acting and some good stuff in it, I would say.
Yeah, I was pretty psyched about it because I'm like, oh shit, Josh Hartnett's been. I mean, he's never really left. He's doing like shows and stuff like that, but it
Yeah,
kind
he
of
was
felt like
great.
it felt like a Brendan Fraser like return or something. That's how it felt like. All right. Now, Dave, what do you think of the movie Hotel Transylvania 2?
Never seen it, know nothing about it.
Wow. All right.
Is it animated?
Yes,
Okay.
by that name. What's the name, John?
Gendy Tartakovsky. He's the guy we were talking about who did the Clone Wars stuff and Primal and um
Dexter's Lab.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
That's a good resume.
yeah. All right. And then finally, what do you think of the movie Dreamcatcher?
I don't know that I've seen it. It
Ah,
sounds I feel like I might have though.
um,
Who's
Jason
in it?
Lee, Jason Lee, Morgan Freeman, Aliens,
No.
snowmobiles. No,
I don't think I've seen Morgan Freeman in an alien movie. That sounds interesting though.
it's oh my God, it's just cobbled up ideas that I don't know. It also felt like old Stephen King ideas. Like the whole like, oh, only through friendship can we defeat this other worldly being. So that felt a bit like it, you know. Yeah, it just seemed like old ideas from old Stephen King. Uh, anyways,
Okay.
oh
Yeah, I'm looking at the poster for it. I've definitely never seen that movie.
yeah, no need either. It kind of sucks. So
All right.
that's the show. Like, subscribe, comment if you're on YouTube. Go to mymovierecollection.com. I was Vincent Cloud.
I was John Demitz.
And I was David Lauer.